And to be honest, I haven't told many people about my circumstances either.
Then I won't tell anyone either.
Deal. I change my grip on Hanako's hands to a handshake as the warning bells chime through the window. Well then, you better head back to class then, eh?
Sure.
And we're already done chapter 2, or act 2, whatever. Act 1 is really long. Act 3, castling. It's chess time. Maybe. Maybe? Yeah, maybe. The tint of the room slowly changes from the shine of the afternoon to the orange of dusk. A clock lazily takes away the seconds, counting in the background, on the verge of hearing. But no matter how long I wait, the outcome cannot be changed. The diminutive playing piece makes a small click against the keyboard. Keyboard against the board! Like a wound spring, Hanako makes a move only moments after mine. It's embarrassing. In comparison to my 5-minute moves, she seems to know exactly what she wants to do.
Mate.
Again? Oh, what does this make this, 3-2?
Stalemates don't count.
Damn, you're getting better at this every day. That, or she's been holding back. I never thought it when I first met her, but she really has a knack for this game. Yeah, like I said, Hanako is a freaking chess master over here. Chess seems to have become a popular pastime for the two of us. Hiding away in the tea room, playing a game or two after classes. Oh, okay, yeah, little tidbit about this game, since I have played this game. I don't know, care if you want to call it a game or not. Since I have read this, like twice now, like years past. I guess the furthest it would be 3 or 2 years ago. Because of this game, I actually did try to learn chess again. I mean, I like chess. I've played chess before, and I've been in a chess club. I know, I'm a nerd, fucking whatever. But I did try to play chess again. And this game, because of this game, I also tried running again. Because of all the sports that I could possibly think of, my two favorites to do are probably soccer and just running. I don't care if you consider running a sport or not. I like running, so yeah, there's that. From here, the students outside can just barely be heard milling about. The everyday noises from below remind me a little of my life before Yamaku, though I'm by now well aware that it's a life I'll never get back to. Fancy another game?
I have to finish my homework.
Oh, well, I'll see you tomorrow then.
But what about this?
Hanako points to the tea set surrounding the mostly empty chessboard. Don't worry about that, I've got it.
Oh, okay. See you.
Later. Hanako departs as I start cleaning up the area. The occasional whistles and cheers from the sporting clubs outside becoming less frequent, eventually approaching silence. A part of me still wants to be in some kind of team. Since I played soccer and other sports before my accident, I guess it's only normal to feel nostalgic about what I can't do anymore. But we're not into the whole organization thing. We told Emmy that, remember? I think we told Emmy that before you even decided to start running. But I have other reasons for that than my coming here so often. And I don't feel so bad about losing that part of myself because of them. Liz's a good friend by now, but it's the small exchanges that I have with Hanako that feel especially dear. Small victories I feel every day as I see more of what she's like under that self-imposed shell. That's why I come here most of all. As I'm putting away cups and saucers, I hear talking outside the door. Pausing for a moment to listen, I can make out that it's Hanako and Lily, and decide to go outside to investigate.
Are you quite sure? I am sure. Ah, Hisao.
Hanako turns to me with a look of mild surprise as she knows my approach. Lily must have caught her just as she was about to leave.
No my, Hisao is here as well.
Afternoon, Lily. What's up?
I was hoping, now that I finished with my class representative duties for the day, that I might have the two of you accompany me for tea at the Shanghai. It would be nice to enjoy ourselves outside of the school for a change.
Didn't you have homework to do? I'd be up for it. I think Hanako had work to do, though.
It's not all that much.
Oh, wonderful. It seems that we're decided then. What is with us? We, have tea, we have, we have lunch. Then we have tea and we have sandwiches or whatever other meal. Then we go to the Shanghai, we have tea and sandwiches and have whatever meal. We're probably gonna have more meal later. We just eat all freaking day. I cast my eyes across the cafe as the three of us step in. As usual, there are only a handful of people around at most, and the noise level is a quiet background hum. So, this is Act 3. Who knows what kind of time skip it's been, since last we left off, we've only been in the school for about a week, maybe a week and a half. Who knows how long it's been so far. The hold Lily has on Hanako's arm remains just as it had been for the entire slow walk down the hill to the local town. Though, it's hard to say for which reason. For Lily's guidance, or for Hanako's reassurance. For a moment, Lily removes her arm from Hanako's to retract her cane as Yuko quickly skitters over to where she stand, but soon replaces it right back where it had been.
Oh, welcome to the Shanghai. May I take your order?
She gives a deep bow, her well-delivered and professional introduction putting her in a good mood. It's a nice change from the norm from Yuko.
Just tea, please. Hanako, Hisao.
I'll have a slice of pie and a coffee.
Just tea, please. Coming right up. Please take any seat you wish. I'll be right back shortly.
Yuko gives a smile and a nod before shuffling to the counter, and we make our way to some empty seats by the window in quick measure. We slip into our seats. The girls on one side, with Lily's cane propped up beside them, and I on the other. I realize that Hanako's not doing something she so often does. Rather than keeping her eyes pinned on the ground and hiding them behind her blind escort, busily trying to convince herself the world around her doesn't exist, she's merely keeping her eyes low and helping Lily around. Are you okay, Lily? You look tired. She lowers her head a little, looking so embarrassed that she let it show.
Class representative work can be very tiring, considering that it often means dealing with the student council. Very tiring indeed. How do the other representatives go? Better than I, but not by much. Shizune is a harsh taskmaster, no matter whom she deals with.
Doesn't sound like you particularly relish the job. Why'd you do it in the first place if it's that bad?
Being a class representative is enjoyable, and I can deal with the responsibility well enough. It's just that the people involved are sometimes...
She trails off, cutting her words at a rather opportune spot. It's hard to imagine Lily cursing, but I can imagine that if anyone would make her do so, it would be Shizune. Hanako looks to be withering a bit in the light of such conflict. Before I can steer the topic away a little, she stands up.
Hanako? I'll be back in a bit.
With that, she leaves for the restrooms. I suppose that's one way to deal with the situation, if that was indeed her motivation. Lily, however, looks a little wounded. Don't worry about it. I don't think it was you.
But...
I think she's been getting stronger recently. You've seen it yourself, right? That went a bit awry. Fortunately, Lily doesn't look offended. And by now... Alright, no, never mind. Fortunately, Lily doesn't look offended. And by now, I really shouldn't be quite so scared of stepping on that landmine around her.
Possibly. Sometimes, I find it hard to tell, though.
Silence reigns for a moment, before 2 teacups, a pie, and a mug of steaming coffee appear in front of us. I notice that Yuko takes special care to place the teacup against the tip of Lily's fingers, letting her know where it is.
Here you go.
Thanks, Yuko.
Thank you.
With a quick and silent bow, the respectable waitress takes her leave.
Ah, that's right. I was meaning to ask you something, and now would be the right time to do so.
I'm all ears.
Hanako's birthday is coming up, and I was hoping that you might accompany for present shopping in the city this weekend.
Hanako's birthday is soon? I suppose it would be a nice chance to cheer her up a bit. Like Yuko, she always seems to be teetering on the edge of either panic or depression, and I've never seen her enjoy herself at much of our chess games. All that aside, learning the layout of the city better with a friend keeping me company sounds like a really good way to spend a weekend. Sure, I'd be happy to. Have you got any plans for what to do for her birthday? Party or anything?
Hanako being Hanako, perhaps the low-key affair would be...
Lily suddenly cuts herself short, leaving me to wonder why, as she brings her teacup to her lips and begins to sip. After a few seconds, I notice Hanako walking up to us over her shoulder. Lily's hearing must have been good indeed if it was the sound of the restroom door opening that tipped her off. Hanako takes her seat once again, and wastes no time in drinking her tea. Soon, the 3 of us are quietly eating and drinking as the sun sets. I have a feeling that these 2 should be swapped, because if we're against the wall, I don't know where these booths and stuff are. If we're against the wall, and Lily's here, Hanako's here, then if Hanako were to get up, she'd have to walk over Lily, unless, again, we're like on the other side of the room, and then Lily's over there, and then Hanako could just go that way, but I don't know. Layouts, weird, I don't know, story. It's a nice way to spend the remainder of the day's light. It makes me appreciate the quiet and serene surroundings of Yamaku. I think I'm really beginning to like life here, as isolated as it may be. So you're not being a judgmental prick for once, Hisao? I finish off the last of my coffee, and rest the mug on the table while the girls talk between themselves. Coffee here is a little bitter for my taste, but it's still quite good. Better than what I can make for myself in any case. Girls' discussions mainly focus on their respective reading preferences, which does give me a little curiosity about a related topic. Hey, Hanako, I was just wondering, aside from chess and reading, do you have any hobbies or things you like doing? She's completely stopped in her tracks, looking quite surprised that anyone would be interested in asking such a question about her. It takes her a little time to formulate a response.
I guess I like singing a little. I'm okay with computers as well, but I don't use them all that much.
Ah, she's a little computer nerd. That's okay. And she, like, singing? Singing's not exactly something I expected to hear. It's hard to imagine her singing voice given how soft-spoken she is. Lily, on the other hand, simply nods. She must already know all this, since she's been friends with Hanako for 1 year or so by now.
What about...
Me? She hesitates before quickly flicking her head up and down. It's only logical that she wanted me to talk about my hobbies after she told me hers. There's chess, obviously, but also... There's soccer as well, though I can't really do anymore. Reading, which I picked up in the hospital, This is surprisingly hard. Lily and Hanako look a little put off by the direction this is taking. And the more I think about it, the more I am too.
It sounds as if you picked up quite a few things since your accident.
Lily's candor is coated with probably the most positive spin one could put on what I said. Hanako, however, is silent. If a situation becomes difficult, her reaction always seems to be withdrawing into silence, in order to prevent things getting worse, that or physically retreating. A soft ringing gives us pause. As Lily reaches into her pocket, it becomes obvious that the sound's coming from her phone.
Sorry. It's okay.
Lily gives a quick nod before shuffling out of her seat and taking the call a little distance away. Okay, so yeah, we have to be like in the center room or something, because if we're in a booth, there's no way that she could get up freely and she could get up freely without having to walk over one another. It must be nice to be popular. Hanako smiles, but doesn't take up the hook for further discussion. Alright, I'm gonna nap here. I end up just sitting back and closing my eyes, relaxing as best as I can. It's nice and peaceful here. What would it be like to have grown up somewhere like this rather than in the city?
You come from the city?
Looks like I found something she wants to talk about. Hey. Yeah, you can say I was a city kid through and through.
It sounds like a lot changed.
It did. I'm still not quite sure what to make of it all, though. It's a bit of a culture shock in more ways than one. You must have gone through something new when you first arrived at Yamaku, right? I imagine most new students would.
Not really.
Hanako gazed a little to the side, looking willing to go on. I tilt my head inquisitively, but a couple seconds passed with no further answer.
But can we deal with that on Monday? The fallout has already settled from the last. I understand. I'll try to talk her down. You know what she's like when she gets locked onto an idea. Yes, thank you. I'll talk to you later then. Goodbye.
This conversation ends with a snap of phone closing. She returns to her table, but doesn't take her seat. Need to go?
Unfortunately. Class representative word calls once again. I can come with you. It's alright, Hanako. I'll just be going straight to the student council. There's no need to spoil a fine evening on my account. Besides, if you were accompanying me on my way back to school, who would keep our poor Hisao company? Okay. I can join you for tea again later tonight, though, if you'd like. I may well need it.
We agree on that plan, and Lily says her farewells to both of us, taking her cane, and Hanako passes it to her. Despite my offer to pay for Lily's share, she insists on giving us her portion of the bill, and gives her regards to Yuko as she takes her leave. And then, we're alone. It may be all well and good to leave Hanako and me alone to have some time together, but it typically means the two of us sitting near each other in silence for a while. I wonder what I must look like to Hanako. I never thought of myself as a scary person, but to have someone my own age acting this way around me makes me intensely self-aware, as if it's my fault she's so troubled. She might get more used to people if she would stop being so cloistered in Yamaku, but then again, when even people much older than her react so strongly after a single glance at her face, she may well feel the same way I do now. It's a real catch-22. If she stays in Yamaku, she won't get to socializing, but if she leaves, any efforts she might try would get thrown back at her by the people who can't deal with her scarring. Wanna order something else to keep us going? We haven't had much of a dinner after all. Hanako brightens nods vigorously, glad that I brought the topic up for her. I catch Yuko's gaze, and she dutifully comes over to take our orders.
Would you like something else?
I'll just have a sandwich special and hot chocolate. Pretty late for coffee now. Hanako?
I'll have the same.
With a nod and a bow, Yuko turns on the ball of... Wait. A sandwich special? Okay, you're not being very descriptive. With a nod and a bow, Yuko turns on the ball of her foot and returns behind the counter, where she busies herself fishing out bread and condiments and working the machine to make our drinks. Now we're set between us until Yuko comes back. She smiles and gives us our food and drinks, before moving to a customer who's called for her attention. I give up on the prospect of having such a conversation with my companion and decide to just enjoy the meal, small as it may be. It tastes nice, as does most of the food here. After having a few mouthfuls, I notice something's missing, namely the sound of Hanako eating. Looking back to her, I see Hanako fidgeting a little behind her untouched sandwich. Not hungry? She shakes her head from side to side. Even as she does, The patch of hair she keeps over the right side of her face still does the job in hiding it almost entirely.
It's not that.
I was already having your share too.
You look troubled. Is something wrong?
I'm startled by thinking that I'm the one who looks troubled. But on second thought, she's probably right. My face may have given away my emotions without me noticing. And she's hardly a dim person, quite the opposite. We're friends, right?
Friends.
From the tone of her voice and shrinking posture, it looks as though I've hit yet another landmine. There's another reason why interacting with her is difficult. The self-imposed psychological barrier she puts up between herself and others, including me, and most likely even Lily. It's a shame that...
I think that we are.
I'm a little taken off guard by Hanako's straightforward answer. All the more since I was about to give up on getting any reply at all. I see.
Am I wrong? Sorry,
No, it's just... hearing confirmation of that from you is reassuring. I thought people were here for groceries or something, but they were not. Anyways, to pick up on what you said earlier, since coming to Yamaku, I've been a bit uneasy about how I should relate it with others. I find myself chuckling a little. It's surprising how much of relief that was. I feel my face smiling as I pick up my cup of hot chocolate and bring it to my lips. Ouch! That's hot.
That's why I haven't eaten yet. I was waiting for my drink to cool down first.
I guess I'll wait then. Both of us share a little chuckle. The situation isn't really that funny, but for some reason, it feels like laughing is the most natural thing to do right now. Guess we're both a little wound up about each other. I'm so busy thinking Hanako was the one with something wrong. It took her to remind me that I was uneasy as well. But, be that as it may, it still feels a little nice. A little nice to have someone think about me like that, in her own way. Following a long, quiet trudge up the hill and into the school grounds, two of us find ourselves between the two dormitories. Regular night patrols pass between the male and female dormitory buildings, both for security and to quickly raise the alarm for any medical issues that may arise. A guard currently on duty notices us and gives a quick nod as he continues on his way. A loud yawn escapes from Hanako's mouth before she has the chance to cover it. I have little doubt she's fairly tired by now. I better be off to my room, then. See you tomorrow, Hisao. I better be off to my room, then. See you tomorrow, Hanako.
Good night.
We separate and begin to walk our separate ways before I stop and look back. Hanako stands there, waving to me as she smiles. I smile right back to her, and for a few seconds, she turns and walks up the stairs to her own dormitory building, disappearing through the door. These little moments we share between us feel like a small treasure. One thing is for sure, I want to protect that small, delicate smile she so fleetingly wears around few people. I wonder about these feelings I have when Hanako's around, and when I'm able to do things for her, whether they may be able to seed for something beyond what we share now. I don't know, man. You're jumping to conclusions here. Hanako is a cool person and all, but, might want to take things a little slower. I don't know. Might just be me. Oh god, are we trying this again? Summertime sun is... We're doing this in another life, okay? Not now. Summertime sun is something to be savored, but when combined with the clean country air, it's all the better. Track and field club members are horsing around on the field ahead. Some are playing with a soccer ball, others are talking, and a few laugh as the two of them mock fight with each other. None of them pay me any heed as I sit alone in the grass, underneath the shade of a particularly large tree. It's a nice and peaceful moment after a dreary day of schoolwork. I played soccer pretty often before my heart attack, so I thought it would be really nostalgic to watch them. What I'm feeling now, though, is quite distinct from that emotion. I hear footsteps approaching me from behind, and I turn to my side to see one of my classmates taking a seat beside me, taken off guard. Two of us haven't talked much before. I think anyone else would notice me here. What's up? Hi. Miura, wasn't it? Just call me Miki. Surnames are too stuffy. Likewise, then. We both look out back to the field, where the guys are playing. It looks like they're getting ready to have a second game, with people spreading out to their positions, and the ball being carried out to the center of the field. Sure enough, the whistle is blown to begin the match, and they get right back into it. Not gonna play? Nah, just gonna rest for a bit. What about you? You look like you kinda wanted to play when you were watching this before. Someone did notice me after all. It's kind of a long story. Her face says that I piqued her interest. I'm in Yamaku because I've got a heart condition. I can't really play soccer anymore. Well, Hisao, good thing you've grown to the point where we can just announce to anyone we have a heart condition. We were back with Rin, and we were like, I got a heart condition. I don't really want to say it, though. Want to be a soccer player, did you? No. I only really did it for fun. My friends played it, so I played as well. Any of those guys playing around there could have been me before my accident. But I don't feel like I should have any real wish to go back to that either. It's a little hard to explain. I'm still decently physically built from the days when I played. Even my strength largely left me by now. I got on well with the other club members. When I think about it, I should feel pretty bad watching people play when I can't anymore. Yet I don't. Maybe it's a good thing. A sign that I've gotten over it and that I'm ready to become a new person. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling.
It's cool. I'm actually glad to hear that. It sounds like you really have your stuff together. Some of the people that come to Yamaku are pretty messed up at first.
So, you remember the track and field club then?
Yep, been in it since I first arrived.
Don't suppose you're friends with Emmy? Short, fast runner, no legs. I don't think there are many female track and field members.
Emmy. Everyone knows about her, don't they? But, nah, I tend to get on better with guys. So, me and Emmy don't really talk much. Anyway, what about you?
Well, I'm not really in any clubs, or real clubs anyways.
You've been hanging out with Hanako and that blonde Amazon, though, right?
Blonde Amazon? I suppose Lily has the height to fit that description. If nothing else, I nod in response, without making too fine a point of things.
Then don't worry about it. As long as you got some friends, you don't need to join a club.
A loud whistling from the field attracts our attention. One of the players is on the ground, clutching his leg, and the other stop play to jog up to him, leaving Miki grimacing. Well, I just fucked up your name, sorry.
Ouch, that looks painful. That guy really has bad luck.
As she continues to look onto the field, I can't help but be reminded of her own injuries. Her left arm, ending in a stump rather than a hand, has been bandaged up the entire time I've been in Yamaku, and her injury doesn't seem that new. She turns to talk to me again and catches me looking. Both of us sit in awkward silence as she takes her bended arm and holds it in her lap with the other remaining hand. Sorry, I guess I'm still a bit...
It's fine, really.
Her tone is light, but neither of us says anything afterwards. Every disabled student has their own way of dealing with their problems, and some finding their conditions troublesome is only natural. I'm included among them, after all. The injured guy from the soccer game managed to get onto his feet with some help, and ends up hobbling off the field, with one arm over the shoulder of another, for support. Probably just pulled a muscle, if he can still manage to walk. The whistle blows again, and the game continues once more with one less man on the field.
Hanging out with Hanako and that blonde girl. You keep some pretty strange company.
How so?
It's just that Hanako's kind of, I don't know.
Shy?
No, it's not really that, it's just... She's got some issues, I think. I can't really put it in a nice way. Not that I don't think she's a nice person, though. She's perfectly nice. Just, hard to deal with.
Sounds like Miki, or at least some other people in the class, have tried to get closer to Hanako in the past. And that didn't go that well. I think her judgment is rather harsh, given that everyone, not just those in Yamaku, have their own issues. Then again, I haven't known Hanako for that long, so it wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of stuff I didn't know. I'll just take it as it comes. She's a nice person, and I think that should be all that matters. Mika's eyes narrows a little, and her smile spreads.
You really like her, don't you?
Miki certainly doesn't mince words. Why am I even saving? Of course we do. Of course we do, Hisao. What are you thinking? Oh, deny it. Deny it. Why am I gonna fucking deny it? Admit it. To be completely honest, yeah, I do. I'd appreciate if you didn't tell anyone.
Hey, whoa, you can trust me. No problems there. And to be honest, I think it's kind of cute. If you want to go for it, don't let me stop you.
Thanks. She may say that, but she was just talking about Hanako having issues. Still, I want to hold myself to the words I said. Hanako's problems don't matter. I'll deal with anything that comes up because I want to help her. It sounds like she's, a troubled person. I mean, that's what we're discussing here, but she's not helpless, you know. She can fend for herself a little bit. We don't need to, quote-unquote, help her all the time. If there's even the smallest possibility that I can pull Hanako out of her depression and seclusion, then I should work towards that, no matter what. If she needs a prince, then I will be that prince. As I think about the possibility of a relationship, I can see Miki grinning at me while watching my face. I'm no doubt blushing, and looking away from her only makes her laugh. Miki gives off a different vibe from the other girls. Talking to her feels more like talking to a guy than a woman. Her saying she prefers male company doesn't help to dispel that notion either. Glancing at my watch shows that lunch break is ending in only a few minutes. Time to start heading back to class. Lunch about to end. Want to head back?
Yeah, we'd better.
I pick myself off the grass and dust myself off, offering a hand to Miki to help her up as well. She takes it and easily pulls herself up, showing the muscles moving in her toned, bare arms in the process. Why can't we date Miki, you know? He seems cool. Gotta think of it. Why aren't you wearing the normal girl's blouse?
Yeah, it's too hot and constricting.
Boy's uniform is better anyway. I guess she just ripped the pants off. She throws her arms around a bit to emphasize the point, which has the side effect of showing off one particular part of her body, which would especially be constricted by the blouse. Two of us will start the walk back to the main building through the gardens, talking as we go. It sounds like you got setting well. That's a relief. It was surprising to get a transfer student at this point of the year, considering the exams are coming up. Don't remind me. Don't worry about them. Just cram it in, you'll be fine. That doesn't sound like good advice. She claps my shoulder a couple times as she grins. I don't think she takes school very seriously. Not many people do, apparently. You seem like a smart guy, and moved to saying well to you already. You're like a hand in a glove. Now to work out whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I still don't know what to make of this school. I've been here for a few weeks already, but I still feel dazed at times. You'll get used to it, just give it some time. It's only a high school, just like any other. She makes it sound so simple, but I've never thought about it that way. To me, Yamaku symbolized a marked shift in my life. I was no longer normal, I was different, and was to be educated with other different people. And yet, I'm walking back to class and talking casually with a classmate during lunch, after watching some other guys play a soccer game. All perfectly normal. Maybe she has a point. Maybe I should just look at Hanako in the same way. Everyone has their own issues. This is hardly something unique to Yamaku after all. It's only a high school, just like any other. As we continue to talk, I find myself smiling. Miki and I are very different people in almost every way, but it feels good to have gotten to know the classmates a bit better. Miki's cool. We're bros. Miki and us are bros. Kenji and us are kinda bros. Emmy, we're kinda bros. In another life, we're super bros, but you know. A light breeze blows the scent of early summer around my head while I wait for Lily. Small white clouds litter the sky, breaking up the monotony of the blue.
Hisao, are you here?
His voice lilts on the breeze, as if they were one and the same thing. I stop gazing into the sky to examine Lily. Oh, sup? With a peach off-the-shoulder sweater and a tan ankle-length skirt. In addition to tan sandals, she's quite a nice sight. Yeah, I'm over here, Lily, near the gate. Were you able to sneak away from Hanako?
Yes, it's not common for me to go out during weekends, so I don't think she had noticed anything suspicious. That and, she has someone she sees.
Lily purses her lips, as if maybe she shouldn't have continued. I find it a little hard to believe. Hanako's seeing someone? Really?
No, it's just... she sees a therapist every so often on weekends.
Oh, well, that does make a lot of sense. Lily rubs her arm uncomfortably, and after one look at a troubled expression, I quickly move to change the topic away from Hanako, but to Hanako. Huh.
Yes?
I was just wondering. You can get around the city on your own. Lee sighs at my consternation surrounding the topic of her blindness. I'm my own worst enemy sometimes.
I can, yes. It's easy when I'm out with a friend or my sister, though.
I wonder how Lily gets along with her sister. Being an only child, it's hard to imagine what having a sibling would be like. So, it makes me a little envious of her. I have 5 brothers, so, not too envious. I mean, I've never had a sister. Obviously, I never will, so I don't know. Right, well then, the bus arrives in a few minutes, so we should probably get a move on.
Indeed. It is a long wait if we miss this one.
With that, we set off for the bus stop on the hill. It's only a small distance from the school gate, so it's very convenient. It's a nice view from here. Coming from the city, I never really got to see scenery like this, let alone on a daily basis. Hisao, why?
This area is nice for me as well. It's tranquil, and away from the noises and smells of the city.
Lily's head perks up in a trademark gesture of hers, signifying that she's caught a sound.
Oh, here comes the bus.
I look down the road to see the bus trundling up the hill. Her hearing is quite a useful tool. The bus only takes a short while to reach the bus stop, forcing its way up the road, and within a minute, we're on our way to the city. Woot woot.